In this presentation, we're going to reconcile our year-end forms, our 941s, our 940, our W-3s, and our W-2s, as well as our payroll register and our earnings records. For more accounting information and accounting courses, visit our website at accountinginstruction.info. We, in essence, want to be as secure as possible that all of these reports are filled out as well as possible. And that'll save time because if they're not filled out well, most likely we'll be going back and digging in them to fix problems in the future, which can be a very cumbersome task. It's much easier to get it right the first time when we fill this stuff out. So it's worthwhile to kind of verify everything as best we can before turning everything in. And the easiest thing we can do, or one of the best verifications, is just to be able to reconcile what we have. We should be able to look at our numbers and say, I see how these things relate, I see where these numbers are coming from, and then if we find an error, at least we know what we did. We know what's tying out, and we can then have a better idea of how to fix it. So once again, we have our payroll register. We're going to scroll up top and make sure the panes are frozen because we will be looking at the totals at the bottom. We're going to put our cursor on A4, then go to the View tab, the Windows group, and freeze the panes. And we are really going to be working down at the bottom here to our reconciling screen and looking at this information for the earnings records, and the payroll register and the earnings records. So then we're going to go back to our forms here. So the forms that we have are going to be the 940 and the 941s. Now, first, we can look at this item here and say, okay, here's the 241,201, which is total earnings. And we might think that that should match out to the 941s, but that's not necessarily the case. Let's go back to the 941s and see if we can reconcile those items. So if we go to the 941s, we've got the wages and tips and other compensation. This is for the third quarter. We're going to add up the 4 quarters of that number and see what it comes out to and see how we can reconcile that possibly to the year-end 940. So if we have the calculator here, we're going to say that the 941s add up to 91424.1 plus, and then we're going to go to the fourth quarter. So here's the fourth quarter 940, and we only have 2 quarters because that's when we started operations, and we're going to pick up the 135,909.9, and that gives us the 227,334. Now, if we go back to the 941 or the 940, you can see it doesn't match. We've got the 241,206 versus the 227,334. So we would say, well, where does this number come from? Why don't these two match up? And where does this number come from? This is the 941 number. This is the 940 number. This is what you would think would be the wages for the year. This is going to be the wages for the year for the 940. So if we go back to our data, we're basically saying that the 940 data is going to be the total earnings. So 941,206. So the 940 looks right. Remember, the 941 though is really the FIT earnings, which means it's really the total earnings minus, in our case, just the retirement plan. If there was a qualified cafeteria plan, it'd be minus the health insurance plan as well. So really for Q3, this is how it's calculated. So it's the total earnings minus the 401k. Same for 2.4. So 227,335 is what's on adding up the 940s. The difference then between what's on the 940 and the 941 is going to be what's in the 401k plan, the 13,871. So if we go back to the 940 and we say, okay, I can reconcile this to the 941s, the difference should be the 401k plan. That could give us, some peace of mind. We know exactly what the difference is there. The next things we can do is go to our 941s and we can reconcile the amounts. Well, from our federal income tax, we can add them up and make sure that they reconcile to our worksheet. So our federal income tax withholdings are going to be this 17,003.26. For our 941, this is quarter 3. 941. And if we go to the 941 for quarter 4, 941, we have the withholdings line 3 plus 25212.4, 42,215.66. That should match what is on our form here for FIT, 42,215.66. Looks good. It should also be reported on the W-3 for FIT. So if we go to the W-3 for FIT, then we should also find the 42,215.66 for the W-3. So then if we go back to the 941s, note that the 941s are really reporting FIT, Social Security, Medicare, and that's also reported on the W-3, so we can go back and forth and check those off. The 940 only is reporting FUTA tax. So then if we go to Social Security wages, again for the 2 time periods, we're going to say that this is the 941 for the 3rd quarter. We're going to add up the FUTA wages, so that's going to be this 96973.5 plus, and then we'll go to the 4th quarter. So this is the 4th quarter 941, and we'll add up the plus 97632.5 gives us the 194,606. Okay, so that's what should be on our report for the year. On our register, I'm going back to our register for OASDI wages. It's 194,606, and it should also be on the W-2. If we go back to the W-2, 190 or W-3, summing up all W-2s, 194,606. Let's go back to the register, and we'll verify the Social Security amount that was paid. This one could be a little tricky, so we're back on 941 3rd quarter, and we're picking up the amount of payment. So that's going to be Social Security paid 12,024.71 plus the 4th quarter. If we go to the 4th quarter, so this is the 4th quarter 941. Oh, I deleted it. Let's add this up. 12,106.43 for the 4th quarter plus, and then we'll go back to the 3rd quarter. Which is 12,024.71, 24,131.14 Social Security that was withheld. If we go back to our worksheet, we're going to say that we have Social Security, and we say, I don't see that number here, I don't see it here. And the reason is this is twice that number. So if we want to find either half of it, which is what we'll see on the W-2 and the W-3, we're going to take that and divide it by 2. And there's our 1265.57. And if we go back to our worksheet for our W-3, there's our 1265.57. So remember, you got to divide it out because the 941 reports both employer and employee portion. So then we'll go to the Medicare. If we go to the 941s, again, 941 3rd quarter, we're looking at the Medicare here. So if we go to the Medicare for the 3rd quarter, wages, Medicare wages, 96973.5 plus, and then we're going to go to the 4th quarter here. So this is the Medicare wages. So we're saying 144,232.5, 241,206. If we go back to our worksheet, we're going to say the Medicare is the total wages that we had. So I'm going to go to the right just a little bit. So there's the 241,206. And then if we go to our W-3, that should match out here, 241,206. Now we'll go to the amount withheld, Medicare tax withheld. So if we scroll back over here for the 4th quarter, 3rd quarter again, 941, Medicare tax withheld is going to be 2812.23 plus and then go to the fourth quarter. So we're picking up the fourth quarter of 4182.74, 6994.67. Back to our worksheet. So the Medicare, again, we might say, I don't see that for the Medicare. We only see the 3497. That's because this is both employer and employee portion. If we divide it then by 2, there's the 3497.49 about. If we go to the W-3, we see there's the 3497.49. So there's how we can basically tie out the W-3s, the 940 as best we can, and the 941. Of course, the same information down here on the payroll register should be the accumulation of the data on the earnings records as well, and we verified that with these green zeros. So those two tie out. If we add up the earnings records, the same totals should add up for total earnings, the net pay, and the withholdings as with the payroll register. And of course, we use these earnings registers to make the W-2s and W-3s, or W-3, one W-3, and the W-2s and the W-3. For more accounting information and accounting courses, visit our website at accountinginstruction.info.